Hi again, everyone. Welcome back to Shining Empathy. My name is Joel, and today we are going to be doing an exercise of a conglomeration of three main things: grounding, clearing, and protecting. So I've talked about these things in a few of my videos, even just quickly gone over how to do most of them. But I thought it might be kind of cool to do a guided sort of meditation with these things, guided visual exercise with them. So just to kind of set up a few things here. So if you're at home, there's a few things that you can do. Everyone has their own kind of practices. One of the things I like to do if I really want to get a good clearing, sage. So I don't usually burn too much. I just live in a small apartment, so I don't need to smoke the whole building out. So I'll even just take a little bit of the side here and just light that. Sometimes the rest catches. And that's not a big deal. And I usually just kind of give myself a quick little walk with it and let that go on the side. So, to start, just get back into a comfortable position. I want to relax. I'm actually going to put my hands in my lap here. And probably for this exercise, because most people do visualization better when they close their eyes, so just go ahead and close your eyes. Take a few breaths in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Do a few breaths like that. And as you're breathing, focus on your weight. Your weight of your body being pulled into the earth. We know through physics, science has told us that two bodies are attracted to each other and they pull towards each other. So as much as the earth is pulling us to it, we too are exerting a force on the earth. So you could kind of think of this like energetic strings between us, between you and me, between us and the earth. And right now, just imagine those strings from your body going down to the center of the earth. Imagine those strings of gravity connecting you and feel them through your weight, through the force that's being exerted between you and the planet. Feel gravity. And when you can see those strings and when you feel gravity, take a deep breath in through the nose and say, I am grounded. From there, I want to go on to clearing. A few different ways that we can do this, but one of my favorites is imagine brilliant light in your chest, shining bright as the sun, and its rays extending far out and beyond your body, your energy field, shining out. And as it shines, it pushes out any blocks or low energy pockets. And as it pushes them out, you can just see them being pushed out to the outer rim of your aura and just sort of like oil just dripping down to the bottom of your feet. And then following the strings of gravity that we see all the way down to the center of the earth, where they will be transformed into different energy. And as that light keeps pushing all that out, imagine now that the light is moving up the spine, nice and slow, all the way up to the tip, and back down, all the way down. And as it's moving down, it's still pushing everything out, but now we're moving up and down the body, making sure that we get everywhere and push everything out. Just kind of let it move up and down the body a few times. Now, one of the things I like to do, because I like to know, I like to have a cue as to when I'm clear, is I give myself a sound that I can hear only when I am clear. So I think of tingsha symbols, and I imagine them being tinged together. And only when I am clear will I be able to hear that sound in my mind, clear as day. I'm still not there yet, so I'm just going to keep going with my light up and down my spine, pushing everything out to the outer edges of my aura, then down to my feet and through the strings, down to the center of the earth where it's being transformed. And you can think of the center of the earth as a little mini star. You know that there's a nice molten core there, so there's lots of energy there. It can do a lot of good things. I just got my sound. And you don't have to use a tingsha symbol sound. That just works for me, but maybe something that works for you. And just tell yourself, I only want to hear this when I am clear. And then when you've heard that sound, or when you get your cue, or when you maybe just feel like you've done a few scans and you feel like you've been cleared, take a deep breath in through the nose. And say, I am clear. And on to the last part, protecting. And this one's a little bit easier. We're just going to pop a bubble around ourselves. Nice bubble all the way around ourselves. And you can make that bubble blue. You can make it gold. You can make it white. Whatever you feel is most protecting for you in that moment, but I find those three colors to work best for me, and in general, for most people, I think. And I do tend towards gold and white, I think, the most. Just imagine that bubble's just around you and it's rotating. Maybe it's even giving off a hum. If you want to add a little extra protection to it, you can put symbols on it, and it's like encoding it with data. It's like giving it instructions. You can just say to it, I don't want anything to come in. Or with a symbol, like a shield, all around the edges, all around you on the bubble. Put shields all around you, maybe even above and below you, just for an extra bit of protection so that the bubble knows you don't want anything in. When you've got that bubble around you, take a deep breath in through the nose and say, I am protected. Now, one last thing I like to do sometimes is string cutting. I like to cut the strings that are no longer serving me. Strings to people, past events, whatever they are. But in this moment, I see myself with everything that we've done, and I see strings going out everywhere, from all directions, all around me. And those are attached to people and all kinds of things. And those are the things that my energy is linked to, and their energy is linked to me. But it can interfere with my energy, and mine can interfere with theirs, so it's good to just clear those strings. So I imagine a great big sword going around and cutting all those strings. Just great big hacks. Taking them all down, cutting me free, like a puppet. Sometimes I'll even see another version of myself doing it. Or if I want some extra oomph, I imagine Archangel Michael. I'll call upon him to help me with the cutting of my strings. And he'll walk around me from every angle and cut all those strings. Now, if there's someone in particular that you're having a hard time with, Maybe you're in conflict with them. Maybe you keep playing over a situation in your mind about what happened or about something that might happen. But if it's tied to a specific person, imagine that person standing in front of you. The strings, lots of them, like web, between the two of you. And imagine like one of those paper cutter cleavers just coming down and just chop, cutting the strings in one fell swoop. And then that person turns and walks away from you. And you see them walking through a doorway. And then they shut that door. Listen for the door to close. And when it does, say, "Thank you for everything you've taught me. Goodbye." And every time that person pops into your mind after that, do that same thing. Imagine the strings, cut them with the cleaver, have them walk away from you with their back turned to you. And when they go through the door and close the door, say, "Thank you for what you've taught me. Goodbye." And this should help with your clearing. Now, we're going to repeat those 3 affirmations again before we end this exercise. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Say, "I am grounded." Another one in through the nose. "I am clear." And another. "I am protected." And just for kicks, one more. "I am free of strings." And then go ahead and open your eyes. And hopefully, if you followed along, you're feeling just as I do right now, calmer, clearer, kind of like you can almost hear a bell ting. There's just a clarity to my energy after I do that. I just feel calmer, more peace. Anything at all that might have been giving me any kind of anxious sensations tends to fall away with that exercise. Now I do this, sometimes I'll actually sit and go through it elaborately like I just did with you now. And sometimes if I'm out and about, I just go through them very quickly in my mind. Maybe I'll do a few breaths with them and affirm to myself those things in my mind as well. But mostly I do it all in my mind. And I do it step by step: ground, clear, protect, and then maybe some string cutting. But if I can at least just get those 3 done together really quick, it generally helps me. Even if say I'm in the grocery store and I'm just having a bit of an anxious, kind of overwhelming sensation. If I'm around a lot of people, especially in somewhere like a shopping mall, grocery store kind of a scenario, environment, that can be a little bit overwhelming for me at times. I sort of feel like I'm being psychically attacked almost, and maybe I am. And so one of the things I like to do, just because it'll start to move into anxiety if I don't, is go through those things really quick in my mind. 1, 2, 3, ground, clear, protect. And I'm going to say more than 95% of the time I get mega results from that. So I hope this exercise has helped you, and I hope you utilize it. This is obviously for anybody. You don't have to be an empath, but I am going to say that as an empath, it has been one of the key tools for me on a daily basis and case-by-case scenario that I use all the time, every day, multiple times a day, and it just works. And it keeps me clear. It keeps me free of all the buildup that would normally be happening that would eventually get to a tipping point, boiling point, or what have you. So I do hope this works for you. If you liked it, if you like this video, if you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and like the video. And if you want, you can check me out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well, @ShiningEmpathy. And until next time, everyone, love and light to you all. Bye for now.